Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. After exploring our solar system and Space Corp last week, we're headed back to the Terra Mystica universe this week as we play Gaia Project from Vierland Spiel. Our goal in this one is to have the most victory points in living space for our civilization and chasing our various objectives. We've got quite a bit of setup to finish up in this one, so let's start off by meeting our faction. We are playing as the Geodens today, and we are the first player. You can see our starting resources are marked here. We've got 15 credits, 3 knowledge, and normally we'd have 4 ore, but because the Geodens start up 1 on the terraforming track, and we'll come back to that, we actually do get the extra 2 ore from that. So that's a total of 6 ore to start with. We do work on orange planets as our base, and we've got our QIC cube up here, which we'll need for various things as well during the game. Anyway, that's it for our faction. Now let's go meet our opponent. We're playing against our ever-familiar foe, the Taclons. The Automo behaves a little bit differently in that they won't... I'm only using their board to help me organize the structures for them, but they won't take their actual actions in the same way that we would. When they've got a faction action that comes up on this symbol on the Automa cards, they'll place a mine, then take a power QIC action based on I believe it's based on directional selection, and then get 2 victory points. Their tiebreaker is shortest distance to one of my planets on 3A. So that's everything set up for the Taclons. Now let's jump up to the technology board and set things up over there. We've got our 6 tracks over here. We're playing on easy difficulty again as we start at 10. The Automa starts at 0. As for the tracks, we've got the terraforming track, which makes our terraforming easier, whether by giving us more ore or making our terraforming steps cheaper. We've also got our basic tech tiles down here at the bottom and advanced tech tiles. We'll go through those last. Then we've got the navigation track, which makes your base range longer. So we only start off with being able to get to adjacent planets, but eventually as we move up the navigation track, we'll eventually get to a longer range, until eventually getting up to be able to use the Lost Planet at level 5. Also at the top of level 5, it might be hard to see. Actually, we'll go through that. We'll go through that Federation tile that's at the top of the terraforming track when we go through the track. Then we've got the QIC track, which just gives you more QIC cubes as you move up it. Then the Gaia Project track, where you eventually get your Gaia formers to be able to terraform transdim planets. Your economy track, which gives you more stuff on income phase, and then your research track, which gives you more knowledge as you move up it. So now we'll go through each of the tech tiles individually. First, we'll work our way up. So we'll start with the 3 tiles that are tied to advances on any tracks when we upgrade to research stations or libraries, or I forget what they're called. I believe it's libraries, research labs, and academies. Never mind. Okay. So first tech tile that's tied to any track. Once it decides to focus, is when you pass 3 points per mine you have on a Gaia planet. Don't like that there. Next up. Does not want to focus this morning. Oh, yay. There we go. One-time bonus of 7 victory points. Also don't like that there. And then the last up. 1 ore and a charge of power. That's the only one I like being not tied to any specific track, so we can advance on any of them. So now we get into the tech tiles. First up, tied to the terraforming track. A one-time per round action to charge 4 power. I don't mind that at all being tied to the terraforming track, because odds are I'm going to be flying up that. Here's the other track I'm probably going to be flying up and nothing flat. This is the navigation track. When you take it, one knowledge per planet, per different planet type you're colonized on. This is probably what I'm going to want later in the game. So I'm not sure I love it there, since I want to be moving up it early. Next up, this is tied to the QIC track. Knowledge and a credit on income. Then tied to the Gaia Project track we have a one-time bonus of an ore and a QIC. Tied to the economy track, your planetary institutes and research, what are they called again? Planetary institutes and academies count as 4 power when forming federations. That could be handy later in the game. And then for the knowledge track, four credits on income phase. Not sure I completely like the layout of the tiles, but we can deal with that. Anyway, we also got the advanced tech tiles to go through. So toward the top of the terraforming track, when you take it, 5 victory points per Federation token you have, and you have to have a Federation token to flip. Speaking of which, at the top of the terraforming track today, once it decides to focus, we've got 6 points and 2 credits. Or 2 knowledge, I should say. Then tied to the advanced tech tile tied to navigation. When you pass, 3 points per mine you have out. Tied to the QIC track. When you, I forget what red is, but I believe is that when you pass? I forget what red means on the, okay, so, actually the one tied to the navigation track is each time you put down a mine, you get 3 victory points. This one is when you pass, you get 3 victory points per academy you have out. No, that's per research lab you have out. I still can't keep those buildings straight. Tied to the Gaia Project track, once per round action to gain 3 knowledge. Tied to the economy track, when you take it, 4 points per trading station you have out. And tied to the knowledge track, once per round action to gain 3 ore. I usually don't do much with the tech tiles, but we'll have to keep an eye on those. We're also right here at the round boosters where we can see those, so we'll go through those as well. This first one is 2 power on charge 2 power on income phase and take a build a mine with your range increased by 3. Second one is is when you pass, get 4 points per planetary institute and research station and academy you have out. This one is gaining knowledge on income and 3 points per research lab you have on the board when you pass, or and knowledge on income. And this one is two credits on income and place a mine with a free terraforming step. So we'll give the Automa one of these first. Actually, before I take mine, technically the objectives would be open or would be known already. So I'm going to wait until we reveal the objectives before I decide what booster I want first. Although it might not change my plans too much. So the Automa, camera's not wanting to cooperate with me today. Wait a minute. Oh, here it is. So they take the first one. So they take 2 power on income and build a mine with range increased by 3. So now I'll go ahead and build the Automa deck. With the numbered highlighted. Okay. I'll put the rest of the Automa deck up there, and then we'll shuffle what's actually going to be the Automa deck this game. I'm doing the shuffle off camera. Oop. As one of the cards goes flying on me. What fun. Alright, then we'll turn the bottom 3, I should say, perpendicular. And we're all set there. So, now before I take my first booster, let's move over to the objectives board and reveal our objectives. If you're familiar at all with anything in the Terra Mystica universe, you'll know that there are several actions that you can take during the course of the game, depending on what round it is, to get bonus victory points. And this one's no different. So round 1, our bonus action here is all about advancing on research tracks. So, well, let's go through the rest of them while I'm thinking about which one I want. I definitely want something that gives me knowledge. Next up, 3 points per trading station you're able to put down. Then, 2 points per terraforming step you need to make. Next up, 2 points per mine you're able to put down, and the victory points up here are going to be relevant to the Automa. Anything on the left, they'd get for round 1, 2, or 3 at the end of the round. Then 4, 5, or 6, it would be the value on the right. Round 4, or round 5, is all about Federation tokens. And round 6 is all about putting down academies and planetary institutes. Now we have our end of game objectives, and we'll have a dummy player for purposes of these as well. Our first end of game objective is different planetary types that you colonize. And the Automa, the dummy player starts at 5. Actually, the dummy player stays at 5. Grab my cubes and theirs. And then the other objective is the total number of structures I believe that's total number of structures you have, right? We've got to double check that. I thought there was a listing in here of all of the... here we are. Yep, owns the most structures. And the dummy player is going to be at 11. Okay, so now that I know what my objectives are, I do want something that gives me knowledge on income, I think. And I'm going to take the ore and a knowledge on income booster. So we're going to do that. Anyway, now we're all set up, so let's move over to the board and check the shot over there. I'm just going to do a little bit of rearranging, but we're over to the board. Everything looks good over here. We can see that the Taclons have their first 2 mines down, one dead center of the board, the other one down here, a little bit more out of the way. I'm closer to the board. I'm a bit crowded in on the Automa here, but I can probably work with that. I've got a couple of red planets that I can get to in relatively short order. I don't think both of those are going to get picked off, so I'm not too worried about getting a mine on one of those planets. So we will have to keep our eye on that. Anyway, I think we're all set to get into this game, so let's drop into our first income phase. I did forget to mention the Geoden's Planetary Institute power. when you colonize a new planet type, you get 3 knowledge the first time you do that. So we do need to be careful because we don't want to colonize any new planets until we have that out. Anyway, in income phase, we get a total of 4 ore because of the booster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we get a knowledge. Actually, we get 2 knowledge because we've got 1 uncovered on the research labs. So that'll tip us back up to the board. So what are we doing with our first round? I think our first order of business is going to be to spend 4 knowledge, and I want to go up the terraforming track since I know I'm going to be doing a lot of terraforming this game, which will give me another 2 points, but it'll also make my terraforming steps cheaper because it'll only cost me 2 ore per terraforming step I need to take. So for the Automa's first turn, what are they doing? They're going to be upgrading. They're trying to upgrade something to a planetary institute, but they can't do that. So they're going to upgrade a trading station, or a mine to a trading station. And the tiebreaker is directional selection coming down from the top of the board. So they're going to get to this mine first and upgrade that to a trading station. They get 1 victory point for that. And since I've got mines within range 2, I believe it's within range 2. I know in Terra Mystica and Age of Innovation, the power cycle is based on adjacency, but I think here it's within 2 here. Yep, within a range of 2 spaces. So I will charge a power for free on that. All right, so actually I think this was we'll put the discard up here. The next action card is going to be down below. Then for my next turn, I think now I am going to start working on upgrading to my Planetary Institute. So I'm going to spend 2 ore and 3 credits, since I do have a planet within range 2 of them. I'm going to upgrade this mine to a trading station. As for the Automa's next turn, they are taking a faction action. Trying to get to a new planetary type is a thing, I believe. Yes, okay, so they're trying to build a mine. Any planet within the Automa's range. So their range is always 3 with that, so they can get... Actually, they've got a planet adjacent... Actually, has range... Any empty planet within the Automa's range of a planet they've colonized. Faction action tiebreaker. So where are all the planets they can get to? They can get here, 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 here. They've got quite a few options right now. And here. Let's see, just double checking things here. Faction action tiebreaker. A planet that's closest to me, they've got 3 that are adjacent to me, so they're building on one of those options. Then final scoring tiebreaker, which doesn't appear... Actually, they are trying to get to a new planet type. On that planet type requiring the fewest terraforming steps from Brown. That's going to be... Let's see, they don't have any yellow planets. This white planet's where they're building. And since we're not worried about Federation tokens, I'm not going to put those down. So they build there. They get 2 points for that. And then I'll charge another power for free. And then for me, I'm going to spend 6 credits and 4 ore to upgrade this trading station into my Planetary Institute. So now I also uncover gaining 4 power, charging 4 power, and gaining 1 new one on income phase. The Autumn is potentially passing already. The way I'll know that is if this icon is if this light icon essentially is red or crossed out, and they are passing. They'll take the middle booster and return 3 power, and to return range increased by 3 on income, on action, and 2 power. Okay. Let's see. Now I could actually get... There's a red planet out there I could get to now. And gain knowledge for it, which would let me go up on a track again, which let me go up on a track here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see. That would take me 3 ore to do, which I think is worth it. So we're going to spend 3 ore and 2 credits to put a mine down on this red planet out here. I only need 1 terraforming step, I believe, to get to that. Yes. Only 1 terraforming step to get there, and then I will gain 4 knowledge, or 3 knowledge going up to 4. So I own 3 structures, as does the Automa. Let's see, and then with... I've actually kind of got run of the board here for a little bit, so I am going to do what? Well, I'm going to spend 4 knowledge to go up again on the terraforming track. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to be colonizing a lot of new planets, and I want my terraforming steps to be as cheap as possible. And then by advancing up to a level 3, I do get to charge 3 power. So I've got 3 and bowl 3 ready to spend. Now, for the next action, I could come down here and grab this. I do have a QIC, so I could come down here and grab this orange planet if I wanted to. And... that actually is pretty tempting at this point. So I think I will actually. So we'll spend our last ore and 2 credits and my QIC cube to put a mine down here, and that'll give me that'll bring me up to 4 structures. And then I'm completely out of actions now, so I will pass. And here I want the... Actually, I'm not quite out of actions, but I'm basically out of actions. So here I want the... Build a... So what do I want here? I think I want... Build a mine with the terraforming step and 2 coins on income. The Automa, I forgot to give them their 2 victory points. So they should be up to 5. That will flip over for them. The deck's already been rebuilt. This bonus tile can return to the box. Once I find my other scoring tiles. Where did the rest of them go? Federations. I found it all. Where did the rest of these go? Ah, they got buried. That's what happened to them. Okay. So now that we've done that, round 2 is all about putting down trading stations. By the way, I did forget about the Automa taking their faction action last round, but it didn't really matter because I didn't have the power available to do much of anything at the time. So, now going into the income phase, I get a new power and I can charge 4, and I can do that in any order. So I'll gain the power first, then I'll charge 1, 2, 3, 4. I get a knowledge, 3 ore, which will bring me up to 3, and 2 credits. So that'll bring me up to 4. I'm kind of starving on resources this turn. We'll tip up to the board. The Automa is our first player this round, so let's see what they're doing here. They are taking a faction action, and this time I am going to remember to take the QIC action. So they are building a mine within any range that they can get to. Let's see. So, where can they get to in range 3? They can get here, 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 here. They've got a lot of options. They're still trying to crowd me in. So I'm going to need to get up the navigation track and quickly in order to be able to break out of this. They can get here. Also, I should be on 2 planetary types, as should the Automa. So we're both on 2. They can also get here, technically. Okay. So they're trying to build something as close to me as they can, and they've got another 3 planets adjacent to me that they can build on. All right, and then fewest terraforming steps. Is there anything that takes 1? 2 of those. So it's not going to be that one. And then directional selection coming from the bottom of the board. So it's not one of these. They're going to be building here. So they're building a mine there, taking a QIC action 4 from the right. So they're blocking off the gain 2 power, which isn't the action I was eyeing anyway, so no harm done there. 2 victory points for the Automa. This one's gone as well. Actually, these both are gone. The Automa now has 3 structures. Which, actually, no, they have 4 structures now. And then I can gain a power for free, which I will do. So that works there. Now, what am I doing this round? Trading stations if possible. Let's see. I think our first order of business, though, is going to be to spend 4 power to gain 7 credits. Because I'm hurting for credits here. That'll bring me up to 11. And then the Automa's next turn is trying to upgrade. Now they can upgrade their planetary institute to their planetary institute. So they'll take this trading station off the board, upgrade to a planetary institute. They get 1 victory point for that. And I have mine on the board, so I can spend 2 victory points to gain 3 power, which I will do. Okay, and then for me, is there anything close to me that takes 1 step? Yep, there's actually a yellow planet right here that I can terraform with 1 free step. So I will go ahead and do that. So I'll take my round action, my booster action. I'll spend 2 credits and an ore. And I'll put a mine down out here because I only need 1 terraforming step to get to that planet. So that's a 3rd different planet type that I'm on. And I get 3 knowledge for that. That's my Planetary Institute power, remember. And then the Automa's next action is going to be to go up on a track where they're highest. So they're bottom of the board on everything here, which means they're going up on the terraforming track. And now they're potentially past... Sorry, coughing fit. Now they're potentially passing. But I'm going to spend 4 knowledge. Now that I'm starting to get crowded in a little bit, I kind of want to be able to break out here. So I'm going to go up the navigation track and gain a QIC cube. The Automa here is potentially passing. They are not. They're going up a track 3 from the... They do get a victory point for that, for their last round. But they're going up in... They're going up in a track 3 from the left. So they're going up on the QIC track, but not gaining any victory points. As for me, I could put down a trading station here if I wanted to, and that definitely would have me set up to form a federation. Next round is all about terraforming steps, though, which means I could probably do some serious colonization next round. Especially now that my terraforming steps only cost me 1. I think the question here is, do I pass? Do I pass and try to set up for a round where I can potentially make a lot of progress? And I think the answer here is yes, I am going to pass. The only question is, what booster am I going to take? Because if I'm expecting to do, also if I'm expecting to do some colonization this round, I'm probably going to be going up the track pretty hard as well this round. So I think here I want the, let's see, I'm gaining a power from that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I gotta remember, I'm gaining a power as well from my Planetary Institute. So that's going to be, so that would be gain 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, this will actually work. So I'll take the build a mine with range increased by 3 and 2 power on income phase. So I will end up being the first player. The Autumn is potentially passing as well. They are passing. They're going to take the middle booster, the one I just had. All right, then we will rebuild their deck. I'll give them their victory points in a second here. Three cards are ready. The Autumn gets their 3 victory points. So they take the lead, 10, 11, 12. At 12 to 10, that goes back to the box. And now we get ready for round 3, where the focus is on terraforming steps. On income phase, I'm going to gain my power first, and then I gain a total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm 1 short, but I think I can do everything I want to. I gain a knowledge and 4 ore, which will bring me up to 6. And then since I am the first player, I want to make sure I've got my resources all lined up. So, with that in mind, I think we're going to spend 4 power first, and I'm going to gain, what do I think I need more? Ore or credits? And I think the answer here is going to be, well, I'll probably be able to charge some power, especially if I'm going to start moving around here. So I can probably get the other one. Let's grab, I'm deciding if I want ore or credits first, and I think the answer here is going to be credits. So I'm going to go up, I'm going to gain 7 credits and go up to 16. And then the first action of the round for the Automa, they're going up on a track 5 from the right. So they're going up the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're going up the navigation track. Actually, they're going up the navigation track. They're brown, not orange, Phoenix. Pay attention. Okay. Next action, I'm going to take the... Next action, I'm going to take the build a mine with my range increased by 3. So I'm going to spend 2 credits, an ore, and my QIC to make it inhabitable. And I'm going to hit this Gaia planet down here, which will give me 2 victory points for colonizing a new... Which will give me 2 victory points for a terraforming step that I needed to take. Let's see, yep. Okay, so we've got all that figured out. And then for the Automa's next action, they are looking to upgrade. They can't upgrade to their Planetary Institute, so they will upgrade a mine to a trading station. Coming down from the bottom of the board, they're going to come to this mine first. So they'll upgrade that to a trading station, get 1 victory point, and I can spend 2 to charge 3, which I will do. So 2 will give me 3. Okay, then for my next turn, I think I've got everything within 1 step of me covered. How about 2? Actually, I've got a couple of planets I can get to. I can get to either one of these water planets, which is going to cost me a total of 3 ore, which I think I'll do. So 1, 2, 3 ore, and 2 credits. I'll build right here to make an eventual federation a little easier to get to. Then I needed 2 steps for that, which will give me 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the Automa's next action, they are going up on the track where they're highest. 1 from the left in case of a tie, so they're going up on the terraforming track and gaining a victory point. So we're all even Steven at 14. And also I should have had another 3 knowledge from colonizing the water planet, which I'll immediately spend that 4 knowledge to go up on the navigation track. So now my base range is 2, which means I don't need QIC cubes as much for that. As for the Automa's next action, they're coming into the perpendicular section after this card. So they are putting a mine down, trying to get to a new planet type within range 2 and directional selection. All right, so within range 2. In range 2 of something they've colonized. So they can get here, here, here. I've got to remember range 2. And trying to get to a new planetary type that they've colonized. They've colonized this one. They haven't colonized yellow yet, or red. Or actually, they haven't colonized, so this one they've colonized as well, so those are out for them. Which means they're on they're on 3 planetary types to my 4. So I think we're both about to pass. I think they're about to catch up to me here. All right, so, right. So that's there, range 2. And I believe, okay, so they're not building it by a faction tiebreaker. They're not building it by a faction, they're not building it by a faction action. They're building it, tiebreaker is any of these planets are all fair game. Then the planet type requiring the fewest terraforming steps. So for brown, they would need one step, which means it's going to be either the yellow planet or one of the Transdim planet's out as well. Because the Transdim planet technically takes 2 for them. So it's either one of these yellow planets or a Gaia planet. And they're going to build here because that takes 1. That's because directional selection is coming down from the top of the board. So they're building a mine here, getting 1 victory point for that. And then since I have a mine right there, I can charge 1 for free, which I will do. Wow, that was a bit rambly. Let's see what we can do here, though. Not a whole lot from the looks of it. Well, we actually could build a mine with a free terraforming step. Now that I've got range 2, I could potentially start branching out a little bit. So I think we're going to go ahead with that plan. So we're going to spend our last 2 ore and 2 credits to put a mine down on this red planet. We don't get the 3 knowledge because we already colonized it, but we do get 2 points because we needed a terraforming step to get out to that planet. And then the Automa's potentially passing since they're in their perpendicular section. They are not. They're taking a faction action. So they're building within range 3. They're building within range 3. All right, so they could potentially be building here, 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 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3. They could get here, oop, here, here. They've got a lot of options right now, especially since I'm starting to spread out a little bit. I'm trying to wait until round 5 before I take a Federation token so I can get bonus points out of that. Yeah, they've got a ton of options they can get to. And I think that's everything they could possibly get to, right? Yes. All right, so their first tiebreaker is they're building by a tiebreaker, faction tiebreaker, which is closest to me. So anything that's not adjacent to me is automatically out. Oop. Means all of these go away. So they've got 3 planets that are still adjacent to me. Next tiebreaker is the final scoring tiebreaker, which is apparently not applicable here. Planet type requiring the fewest steps for them. Let's see. What are those black planets? Those are titanium planets. Those take 1 step. So I think they're going here. So it looks like they're going here. Which means they'll put a mine down here, take a power action 4 from the right, so they're blocking off, gain 2 new power, getting 2 points for that. And then since I've got a mine here, I'll charge 1 for free. And now I can get to the ore, which I think I will do so I can set up for next round, because I want to be able to start building, because next round is all about building mines. So I'm going to grab 2 more ore. Then the Autumn is potentially passing since they're in their perpendicular section here. They are, and they're taking the middle booster. And then the Autumn will get 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, going up to 21. I'll rebuild their deck. They will take first player. Up. Stop it. Now I've got to think about what I want to do here, because I'm almost certainly passing here. I'm going to try to set up to see if I can form... Well, actually, there's something to be said to see if I can set up for forming 2 federations. One, two, 3. Okay. So the idea I've got going on here is I can probably start upgrading buildings over here to turn this into a federation. And I can probably and I should be able to start putting down mines over on this side of the board to start turning that into another federation. But I'm getting slightly rambly on that topic. As for me, I think what I'm going to do here is... Do I want to put down a trading station with that plan in mind, or am I just going to sit tight and pass for now? I think the answer for now is... Let's see, this snow planet, or this ice planet down here would cost me 3 steps to get to, which could be next round, so I think I'm going to sit tight and get some resources. The question is, what tile do I want here? And I think I want the 2 credits and build a mine with a free terraforming step. So the Autumn gets their 4 points. I counted those out for them already. This one can go back, this scoring tile can go back to the box. And we're all set for round 4, where the focus is now on putting mines out. Here I think it's a little more straightforward. We're going to go 4 power and gain a new one. Then we get 1 knowledge and 2 credits and a total of 7 ore. So we'll go up to 9 ore. The Automa, however, is the first player. So let's see what they're doing first. They are going up on their highest track, 4 from the right. So we've got, so actually they're going up on the terraforming track, getting 1 victory point for that. So they're at 22, which means that can go away. That'll stay right there. As for my first action, we're about putting mines down. And what did we say? I need 3 steps to get out to this ice world. I'll need 2 to get to, actually I'll need 3 to get to titanium as well, which is also an option. So, and that'll make forming a federation over here very easy. So I think I will take advantage of that. So I'll spend 2 credits and I'm going to need a total of, do I want to use the free terraforming step? No, I think it's, well actually, better plan. I'm going to be low on mines here, so I think instead we're going to spend 2 ore and 3 credits. I'll first upgrade this mine into a trading station. I want to get another mine on the board before I start looking seriously at upgrading. Next action for the Automa is going to be upgrading. They've got mines on the board that they can upgrade to trading stations. Coming down from the top of the board, they'll upgrade this mine into a trading station, getting 1 victory point, going up to 23, and I can charge a power for free, which I will gladly do. All right, now looking back at the question of building a mine. If I go out to, depending on which one I decide to go out to, I could potentially reach something new on either one. Question is which one is going to, I think they're both going to be, so if I go out, actually if I go here, that would be 2 to get there and then 3 to get to the titanium world. Whereas if I go, whereas here it would be 2, then 3, then 3. So I think maybe advancing down in this direction might be a little bit better, at least cheaper if nothing else. So I'm going to spend a total of 3 ore and 2 credits. And I'm going to put a mine down on this brown world, which is a swamp world, which will give me 2 points for putting a mine down and 3 knowledge for colonizing a new planet type. And then for the Automa, they are taking a faction action. So they're trying to build a mine within range 3. So where are they trying to build? So what's all adjacent to them? They can get here, 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 here. I'm just putting everything down in range, then I'm going to start taking planets away. Here, here. 1, 2, 3, here, here. I'll update tiebreakers once I get done here. Once I get done with this faction action. Or here. I believe, yes, they can go almost anywhere. First tiebreaker is anything closest to me. So is there anything adjacent? There is. Is that a water planet or an oxide? Terra planet, actually. So basically Earth-like. I think that's the only option they've got that's closest to me. Is that the only one they have that's adjacent to me? I think so. Yep. That's the only one adjacent. So they're going to be building a mine there. And I forgot to remove the power tokens for a new round. One of them is going to be staying, 2 from the left, so covering up mine with 2 free terraforming steps. They get 2 victory points, going up to 25. And with a mine there, I'll charge a power for free. Okay, now, next order of business I think is going to be spending 4 knowledge to go up on the navigation track to give me another QIC and make my, well, my base range is still 2, but it'll give me a QIC and it'll let me charge 3 power. So that'll give me 4 in both 3 ready to go. And then for another faction, and then for the next card, the Automa is taking a QIC action, 2 from the right, so they're covering up rescoring a Federation tile, and they get 3 victory points, so they're up to 28. As for me, let's see, getting to either the Titanium or the Ice World would cost me 3. Getting to either the Titanium or the Ice World down here would cost me 3 ore. It would cost me 3 ore for 3 steps. One of which I could make free if I decide to take my round booster action. That would only cost me 3 ore then. Which I think is what we're going to do. So we're going to take 1 free step. Then it's going to be 2 more to get here. So I need a total of 3 ore because I need 1 to pay for the build a mine. And 2 credits, which I'll put a mine down there. Now, so 2 victory points for me, another 3 knowledge, and now I want to update tiebreakers. So let's see, planet types. I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I'm on 7 planet types. The Automa's on 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 planet types. I own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 structures. The Automa owns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 structures. Okay, now that we've got that updated. Alright. So I just took my turn of building a mine on this Titanium world. The Automa now is taking another faction action. Let's see. Now where can they get? Alright, so they can get here, 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 here. They can't get here. Here. I think they're building here from the looks of it, which will be their first. They'll have to put down a Gaia planet there, but I think that's where they're building. I'm just going to check. I'm just going to lay this out and check everything first. Oop. Good thing that stopped before it got. Good thing that cube stopped before it got to the end of the table. I think that's everywhere they can possibly reach. So yeah, they're going to build here because I've got a mine right here. And they're trying to crowd me in. Which they'll put down a Gaia planet before they build a mine there. And then that'll be a new planet type for them as well. Then taking a QIC action, 1 from the right, so they're blocking off 3 points and 1 per planet type you're on. And I will spend 2 points to gain 3 power, which will give me some serious options here. The question is, what do I want to do with them? That one's gone as well. Unfortunately, I can't get to another new planet type because I don't have the resources to do that. What I will do, though, is I've got some options here. So I think what I will do, I probably need resources. So question is, do I want to set myself up for... Actually, the question now is, do I want to take this tech tile for 1 point per planet type I'm on? And I think the answer is probably yes, because I think I'm on all 7 planet types already. And actually, I don't know why I haven't been doing this. So I'm there. Yellow, right? Yes, I'm on yellow. I'm on swamp. I'm on titanium, so I'm actually on 6 right now. I should probably try to fix that before I take that tile. All right, so I'm on 6. They should be on 5. Actually, I'm on Gaia Planet as well, so I do have 7 right now if I were to grab that. So they're on Swamp, Titanium, Terra. They're not on Oxide yet, so that's something. They're on Yellow, which is Desert. And they're on Gaia. So they should be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are they on the others? Are they on... That's Volcanic, which they're not on yet. But they can get to that, so I do need to keep an eye there. They're not on Oxide yet. I think that's everything that they're on. So I would get 7 knowledge if I were to take that tile now, which I don't think I'm going to do yet. I want to see if I can get to that ice planet first. So I think with that in mind, I'm going to spend... What am I going to spend here? I'm going to spend 4 power to take 2 ore. And I can probably burn a power to get the 7 credits as well. And then the Autumn is potentially passing here. And they are. They're taking the 4 power on income and 4 points per Planetary Institute and Research Lab you have out. And they get 6 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're up to 34 right now. I'm at 18, but I expect I'll be making up a lot of ground coming up PDQ here. And now I've got run of the board. Question is how I want to take advantage of that. Unfortunately, the one thing I don't have yet is... I'm going to need to do some upgrading here is what I'm going to need to do. I wanted to try to put a research lab out this... I wanted to put a research lab out this round, but I'm going to need to get a couple of these mines back before I do much serious with upgrading. So, I think with that in mind, I am going to go ahead and burn one of my power to move the other one into bowl 3. And then I'm going to spend the 4 to gain 7 credits, which will bring me up from 5 to 12. Then I'm going to spend 2 ore and 3 credits to upgrade this mine to a trading station. This is also going to have the bonus of strengthening the Federation on making it easier to form a Federation on this side. Then I'm going to do that again, so I'm going to go down to 6 and 0. I'll upgrade this mine to a trading station. I'm not going to take the Federation token now, though, because I'll get points if I actually do it in the next round. So now I'm going to pass. And now which one do I think I want? I think in addition to taking a Federation, at least one Federation token, I do want to get out to an ice planet. So I'm going to take one that lets me boost my range. So I'm going to take that token. And then I gave the Autumn their 4 victory points. This one can go back to the box. And then we're all set for round 5. where the goal of the round is Federation tokens. Income phase, I get 4 power. I charge 4 power, gain 1. Then I'm going to gain, actually I'm going to charge 2 more power. Then I gain 11 credits because of 3 trading stations. So that'll bring me up to 9, up to 17. 6 ore, and a knowledge. Alright, tipping up to the board though, the Automa is the first player. Let me zoom in just a touch here. There we go. For the Automa's first action, they are taking a faction action. Is there anything adjacent to me that they can build? There is not. So let's see where they're looking to build. Let's see where they can build. Because I think anything close to me is looking like it's going to be this planet right here, which I don't really care about because I wasn't going to be using that as a stepping stone to get to this ice planet anyway. Fortunately, they can't get here. Well, actually, I would say unfortunately, they can't get here. Actually, hold on a second, because they can build here as well. And I think that... Nope, they could get to this Transdim planet. Need to get up to this Titanium planet. But I think that's everywhere they could get to. Do they have anything adjacent to me? They do not. What's within 2 of me? Let's see, that's not, that one is, this one isn't. No, yes, yes. Alright, so it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those 4 planets. Final scoring tiebreaker is not applicable. Planet type requiring the fewest steps. So it's going to be a Gaia planet. It's going to be Gaia, Desert, or Titanium. So it's going to be... Actually, that one they wouldn't be able to build on either based on the faction tiebreaker. So it's actually going to be this Gaia planet that they're building on because that only takes them 1 step to get to. So they're building here. Taking a QIC action, 1 from the left, so they're blocking off 3 knowledge for 7 power. Gaining 3 victory points, 1, 2, 3, and I'll gain a power. I'll charge a power for free. As for my first action, I think... Do I risk them being able to build a mine here? That's going to take them 2 steps, and they've got... Well, I guess the question is... That ice planet would take them 2 steps to get to. It takes me 3. But I've also got... So, I guess what I'm looking at here is if they're trying to build a mine... What's within 1? I think they've still got a few planets within range of them with 1 step. So this Gaia planet, this Gaia planet, this Gaia planet. So they've still got a few Gaia planets within range 1 that they can get to. So I'm on 7 planets right now. So I guess the question now is, do I take that now and just be done with it? And I think the answer is yes. So I'm going to take the faction action, or the round action, the booster action, to build a mine with my range increased by 3. So I need 3 terraforming steps. Actually, I need 3 plus 1 for the mine is 4, and 2 credits, which will bring me down to 15. So I'll build a mine on this ice world, and that will give me... That'll give me 3 knowledge for terraforming a new planet type, and that's the 8th one. So now, if I can get to ore, I could so now if I can get to ore, Which this would be the round to do it, because this round's about forming federations. Gautama's next action is going to be building a mine. Overall structure count is what they're at. Within range 2, so it's probably a good thing I didn't take a chance on that. But I think coming up, so within range 2, where all can they build in range 2? They can build here, which I think is probably going to be where they build. Because they're not building this on a faction action, so they're not trying, so they don't care about trying to crowd me in at this point. They're just building another mine. So I think that's everywhere they can build. And then coming up from the bottom of the board, they're building on this Transdim planet down here, which also has a bonus side effect, a good side effect for me, in that it's not a new planetary type for the Automa. So I'm not worried, so they're not increasing their count on that. But I think I'm probably locked in past them anyway. So they get 1 victory point for that. They're up to 38. I don't get to charge power off of that, but I'm not really all that concerned about that. So they're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planetary types. I'm now on all 8. Let's see. So charging power is probably not going to be a huge problem right now, because I don't really need it. So actually, I could just form a federation on this side of the board right now, because I've got enough power to do it. And I think I will. So I'll discard 1 power, because I only need 1 satellite, which I'll put down right here. I'll get 5 points for forming the federation, and then so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then which federation token do I want? I think I want the 7 victory points and 2 ore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 ore. As for the Automa, they are looking to upgrade. They've got plenty of mines that they can upgrade to trading stations. It'll be this mine that they upgrade into a trading station, and they get 1 point for that. Let's see. As for me, now that I've got a little more ore, I would need 1 more building on this side of the board unless I upgrade something, which wouldn't be an all terrible idea. I think what we're going to do here is we're actually going to spend 4 knowledge first and go up a track. I think we're going to go up terraforming, so that'll give me another 2 ore. And then for the Automa, they are going up on the track where they're highest, which is terraforming, so they're neck and neck with me right now. Gaining 1 victory point for that. And then looking at my options here, let's see, it would take me, what would it take me right now to build a federation? I would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 satellites to build that. Yeah, I would need 5. I would need 5 satellites. Actually, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, I'd have to make a U on this side of the board. But I also need to put 1 more power down of buildings, which I can do. So I'll spend 2 ore and 3 credits. I'll upgrade this mine into a trading station. So now I'm all set to form another federation on this side of the board. As for the Automa, they are taking a faction action. So they're building within range 3 and trying to crowd me in. So let's see what they can get to that's in range 3. They still can't get out here. They can get here. Here. Now they can get here. Can't get up here. 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 And there. Okay, so now they're trying to build close to me. I don't think there's anything adjacent where they can build. I don't think there's anything adjacent to me where they can build. There is not. So how about anything within range 2? This is out in the middle of nowhere for them, so they can't build there. That still works. That doesn't work. No, that's still an option. This one isn't. This one is. Not an option. Still an option, option, option. All right, so they've still got plenty of options to choose from the faction action. They don't care about scoring tiebreaker, building via faction action. Fewest terraforming steps. So Gaia Planet, so Gaia, Desert, and Titanium are still viable options, but I don't think there's any of those. Oh yeah, there's a Gaia Planet right here. So that's where they're going to build, because everything else is Ice, Terra, and Transdim planets. So they're building right here. And then a power QIC action, which is going to be 3 from the left, blocking off 7 credits, which I don't necessarily need this round, but I might next. So I've got to keep an eye on that. And then I will gain a power I will charge a power for free because they are adjacent to me. Let's see. Do I want to build the faction action? Do I want to take the faction action? Not the faction action. Do I want to build the Federation yet, is what I'm trying to say. The answer, I think, is no. So what I think I'm going to do here is now I'm going to set myself up for a lot of knowledge. So I'm going to spend 3 ore and 5 credits, 2, 3, 4, 5, to upgrade this trading station to a research lab. And now I want the knowledge per planetary type I'm on, which will advance me up the navigation track, and more importantly, it'll give me 8 knowledge. So that's going to give me a lot of advancement up tracks, including potentially being able to max both of my tracks I've been flying up out. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit there. As for the Automa, they are taking a power action 2 from the right. So they're blocking off rescoring a Federation token for 3 points. Or for 3 QIC, and get 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. So they're up to 42. So we're closing the gap slowly, but it's not going to take us long to pick that off. Anyway, now we're going to spend 4 knowledge and then we have to flip over a Federation token. So we're going to go up to the top of the terraforming track, which will give us the 6 victory points and 2 knowledge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're at 37, and we're up to 9 knowledge. So we'll have 2 more knowledge advancements this round. The Automa is potentially passing here. They are passing, so they'll be the first player heading into round 6. They take the 3 points per research lab when you pass, and knowledge on income. I'm just going to rebuild the deck. Let's see, the question now is, where could I put the Lost Planet down to maximize my use of it? That should be gone. I'll upgrade tiebreakers here once I finish shuffling the faction deck. Okay. All right, so let me upgrade the end game scoring. So I'm on 8 planet types. The Automa's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, let me just make sure of that. Desert, Gaia, Swamp, Titanium, Terra. We're on all 8. All right, then structures, I own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So still 10 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for the Automa. So they're actually tied with a dummy player right now. Let's see what I can do about that. Probably not a lot, but, well, Actually, if I take the lost planet right now, I would just bypass them completely. So I think here, I think we're actually going to go ahead and form our federation. So we need 5 to come out of bowl. So we need 5. The only thing I don't like about that is I'm discarding them out of bowl 2. At least I'm not discarding them out of bowl 3, though. So I do need 5 satellites to form a federation. 1. Actually, better idea. Let's do... I don't like wasting 5 power. That's the thing I didn't like about this plan. So if I can save myself a power, I'm going to. I'll spend the 4 knowledge and flip my second federation token to go up to the top of the navigation track, which means my range is now 4, but more importantly, I've got access to the lost planet. So the question now becomes, where do I want to put this thing down? Let me just double check how the lost planet works. If I can ever find it here. Alright. Immediately a place that does not contain... Okay, do not place a mine there. So the lost planet. Where do I want to put that down? I want to put it down somewhere where I can save myself a power in forming this next federation. So I'm going to put it down... Let's put it down right here. It's not the best place in the world. Well, yeah, it's not the best place in the world for it, but like I said, it at least saves me a power when I'm forming my federation, which I will go ahead and do now. So I only need 4 power to form this. Which means I will connect all of these, 2, 3, and 4. Now the question is, which federation token do I want? I could go to the box for another 2 ore if I think I need it, and given that next round is about research labs and academies, I think I do. So I will go get another victory points and ore, which is... I normally have them all laid out, but since I'm playing solo, I just didn't bother this time. Where is that? Ah, here we are. It's taking me a little bit to get to one. So 7 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 2 ore. Which also gives me another 5 points for forming a federation. 3, 4, 5. So now I'm at 49 to the Ottoman's 42. That's the first time I've led all game, and that lead is going to extend most likely. So, with that in mind, I'm going to spend 4 knowledge as an action. I basically have run to the board right now, so I'm looking to take advantage of that. And I will go up the... I'm going to go up the QIC track, because why not at this point? Okay, that... And then I'm pretty much tapped out of resources. I want to make sure I can put down one of my research labs this turn. So I'm going to pass. And which one do I want? I think here I want the... I think here I want the... Do I want the ore and the knowledge? Or am I chasing points at this point? Honestly, I have a feeling I'm going to pull away from the Taclons once we get into endgame scoring. So I think here I'm going to take the... I think here I am going to take the knowledge and ore on income phase. We'll do it that way. Plus I'll have another advance on the track anyway. So now that we're all done there, the Automa gets their 5 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 49 to 47. We're neck and neck, but I don't think that's going to last long. Anyway, that scoring tile can go back to the box, and we're all set for round 6, where the focus is on planetary institutes and research labs, or on academies. On income phase, I'm actually going to charge 4 power first, then gain 1. Then I get 11 credits, which 8, 9, 10, 11. I get 7 ore, so that'll bring me up to 10, and 3 knowledge, which will bring me up to 4. The Automa is, of course, our first player, so they are taking a faction action right off the bat. Alright, so putting down everywhere where they can build, and they're still trying to crowd me in at this point. Well, actually, now they are trying to crowd me in. Actually, yep, they do have 1 mine left, so I do need to be careful of that. Because if they can't build a mine, they would take an upgrade action instead, which I don't think is that big a deal here. I think those are all of the options. Nope, they could get out here or here, but the only way I think they're building here is if tiebreakers somehow go completely haywire on us. Okay, so anything within 2, but I think almost everything is. This isn't. This is not. Is not. I'm basically working on the assumption that they don't have anything adjacent to me, which is not that crazy as far out as I've expanded. Final scoring doesn't matter for them. Terraforming steps. So Gaia, desert, and titanium planets. Which they can't get to. So transdim, volcanic, and ice. That's gone. That's gone. So I still have 4 options left of where they can get. Next is planets. So again, closest to any of me. So then directional selection. Coming down from the top of the board, they're building on this ice planet, which is a new planet for them, but I don't think it's going to make a difference in terms of picking up any ground. And then they're blocking 1 from the left. They're keeping the... I believe that's 3 knowledge there. 3 victory points for the Automa. 1, 2, 3. And then it's a mine right there, so I'll charge a power for free. Let's see. Then my first round action, that one comes off. I've got some options in front of me here. So I think we're going to spend 4 knowledge to go up on the QIC track, which will give me another QIC. If I can ever get that out. And then the Automa's next action is going to be to upgrade, which is actually kind of welcome. So they're trying to upgrade. First priority is getting to a planetary institute, but that's out already. So they're trying to get to a trading station, and they're coming up from the bottom of the board, so they're going to upgrade this mine into a trading station. They'll get a victory point for that, and I will gain a power for free. Let's see, I have got tons of resources at this point. So, and I have a couple of mines on the board. So, what do I want to do here? I think the first thing we're going to do here is, I believe that's 4, that 4 would be just take a tech tile. I assume I still would have to meet all the prereqs for it, though. Is he gaining a tech tile on page 13? Yep, I have to be... Okay, so I would have to be up there already. What to do, what to do. I'm not trying to score my Federation tokens again, so I could probably sit tight there. I think what I'll go ahead and do, though, is I'll go ahead and start with putting out... I can actually put out one of my academies here, so let's go ahead and do that. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 ore, bringing me down to 4. I'll take this research lab and I'll put out the academy, which gives me an action for a QIC. And then what tech tile do I want here? I've got another Federation token I could flip. Or do I just take 7 victory points and go up the QIC? I think that's what I do, actually. I think... that was actually kind of dumb. I sequenced that. Did I sequence that badly? Yes, I did. So we're going to back up. We're going to pretend I didn't... We're going to pretend I didn't do that. So 6 and 6. We're not going to do that just yet. What we're going to do instead is we're going to... So actually that research lab is still out on the board right now. I am still planning... That'll probably be my next action once I decide to stop being a derp. Right. So here... I think we're going to start off by spending... How much? 4 or 5? Where would I even want to build with 2 free steps? And it would be Terra or Swamp Planets. Or with my range, I could even come all the way out here and build here. Which I think I'll do that. So we'll start off with 2 credits and an ore to build all the way up here. That'll give me another structure count too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11... Wait, 1, 2, 3... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm at 12 structures to the Automa's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I've passed the Automa there. Okay, now that we've got that all sorted out, that took me a little bit to keep straight. The Automa's next action is going to be advancing in a track 2 from the left. So they're going up the navigation track. Now I'm going to be a little less scatterbrained. Now I'm going to put out my academy that I was going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6 going down to, from 9 going down to 3. Now I'll put out the academy that I was going to earlier, uncovering the action for a QIC once per round. Actually, no, I still did that wrong. Hang on. I'm still being scatterbrained, so bear with me. 3, 4, 5, 6, so I should be there. I never decided what I was going to spend on, and I think it's going to be... Because I was looking at terraforming steps, but... Let's see. But yeah, I got sidetracked again, so that should be gone. Let's... Well, it's going to cost me 6 to put out another mine, so I'm going to spend 4 power to gain 2 ore. I promise we'll do this right. We'll sequence this correctly one of these days. So now we're up to 11. The Automa is next building a mine which they can get to. It's just going to add to their overall structure count within 2 and coming up from the top of the board. They've actually got, I believe, range for them is, so not being built by a faction action. Final scoring tile doesn't matter. Fewest steps. All right, so for them, they're looking for Gaia planet. They're looking, actually, they've got a titanium planet way the devil up here, which they can build on, and that's 1 victory point. So they're up to 52. As for me, Now I'm going to finally going to actually build my stupid research lab. Or my research lab. Now I'm actually going to remember to put that there. 5 victory points for me, 3, 4, 5. And what tech tile do I want? I could flip that Federation over and take the 15 points per, or take the 5 points per Federation token, because I am high enough to get that. Or going up for 3 power, or going up the QIC track for 3 power. But I think right now I'm in victory point mode, so I am going to flip my last Federation token over, yes. And I'm going to take the advanced tech tile, along with flipping over my last Federation token, covering that up, and I'll gain 5 points per Federation token I have. I have 3, so that'll give me 15, so 54 to 69. And then the Automa is going up on the track where they're the highest, which right now is so right now that's navigation for them. Because I believe there can only be 1 player at the top of each track. At least that's my assumption. At least that's the impression I have. Only 1 player can advance to level 5. Okay. So they did go up on the navigation track and gained 1 victory point for that. So they're at 53. Okay, that's all done and dusted. Now back to my turn. I don't think I'm going to be able to get another academy or another research. Yeah, another academy. So I think here I will spend 5 credits and 3 ore, going down to 2. I'll upgrade this trading station to a research lab, and I want the 7 victory points. So that'll give me another 7 victory points, 69 to 76. And I can go up in any track, which will now be the QIC track, which will give me 2 more QIC cubes, and I can charge 3 power. So 2 QIC, and I charge 3 power. As for the Automa, they are taking a power action, 3 from the left. So 1, 2, 3. They're covering up, gain 2 knowledge, and they gain a victory point. I have definitely taken off with this game, though. Looking at what I'm doing, I've got QIC for days here, so I could very easily rescore a Federation token. I could actually pick up a lot of victory points here, depending on what I want to do here. Which I think... Unless I think I want to put down... Actually, yeah, I'm going to spend 3 QIC to rescore one of my 7 points and 2 ore tokens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 ore. The Automa has 1 more card before they're potentially claiming end of game, so the Automa is taking a faction action. They're trying to crowd me in still. Let's see, so where can they get to in range 3? My guess is it's probably going to be this Gaia planet up here, but let's see where they can get to. Here, here, here. 1, 2, 3. They could get here, here, there, here, here. Here, here, and here. Which I believe is everywhere. Oh no, they could get to this desert world as well, but I don't think they're building there. So anything that's close to me, is there anything adjacent to me? There is not. Nope, nothing adjacent. Alright, so within range 2. This one isn't. This one isn't. This one isn't. 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 Alright, now we need to look at fewest terraforming steps, which is going to be this Gaia planet, because everything else... Are there no more desert or oxide worlds or titanium worlds they can get to? Nope. So it's going to be this Gaia planet. Because that's the only one that takes one step. And remember, transdim planets... Oh, they actually can't do that, so they're actually upgrading instead. Silly me. Alright, so they're trying to upgrade to a trading station coming up from the bottom of the board. So they're upgrading this mine. They can't do that either. So they're looking to put out... They'd be looking for an academy next, I think. Yep, academy is the next option, but they don't have any research labs out, so they're upgrading a trading station to a research lab, which from the bottom of the board is going to be this trading station to a research lab. And then QIC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blocking off 7 credits. And they get 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. And then that research lab is out just a little bit too far from this mine, so I can't do anything in terms of gaining power from that. Now, with my next action, I'm going to be 2 ores short of putting out another academy. So I think I will settle instead for 1, 2, 3, and 5 with upgrading this trading station into another research lab. And the tile I want here is going to be I think we're going to go with knowledge and credit on income phase, just to go up the QIC track again and gain 2 more QIC. And then the Autumn is potentially claiming end of game. We'll find out if they are. They are claiming end of game, so the game is over for the Autumn at this point. As for me, I've got run of the board at this point if I want to try to take advantage of anything else, which I think I will go ahead and spend 2 QIC cubes to gain 3 victory points, plus 1 per planetary type I've colonized. And the Lost Planet, I believe we established, counts. Yep, the Lost Planet counts. So, since I've got the Lost Planet locked up, I gain 3 plus 9 is another 12 victory points. Yeah, I definitely ran away with this game. So I'm at 83. I should be at 95. And then I am pretty much all tapped out of resources at this point. So I think I'm just going to claim end of game myself. So that'll be it. That'll be the end of the game. Let's move over to the tech board, and we'll go into final scoring. I did forget to give the Autumn their 5 points for the end of round. 2, 3, 4, 5. So coming into endgame scoring, the Autumn is at 62. I'm at 95. If this ends up being anywhere close after I get done with endgame scoring, then I'll move to Alaska and rename my channel to be Eskimo Night. Anyway, let's go ahead and tally this up. So, once I get the last round bonus tile back in the bag so I can get a jump on cleanup without dropping the bag Phoenix. Hopefully not soon to be Eskimo Night. Okay. First up, let's check out the final scoring tile. So planet types, I got on 9 because the Lost Planet does count as its own planet type. The Autumn got on 6. So I get 18, the Autumn gets 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And the Autumn picks up 12, going up to 74. All right, then most structures, we both tied at 12. So the way ties work, I had the VP for the highest remaining, so 18 and 12 is 30, so we each get 15. The Anima goes up to 89. At 113, I go to 128. Yep, 128. And here's where I think I'm not going to have to worry about renaming myself to be Eskimo Knight. Now we go into research scoring. So for every 3, 4, or 5 reached on a track, you'll get 4 points. The Anima got up to 4 on terraforming and 3 on navigation. So they get a total of 12 points, which from 89 will bring them up to 101. I'm going to put more cubes down here. And then I got up to 5 on terraforming, 5 on navigation, and 4 on QIC. So that's a total of 8 levels on that. I get 32 more points. So from 128, I'm going to go up to 151. And then resource scoring, I would get 1 victory point for every 3 in any combination I have. But all I have is, does QIC count for that? No, QIC does not count for that. Which is, well, I could spend that into, I could actually spend those into 2 ore, which would give me another point. La-di-frickin-da. Because all that did was make the final score 152 to 101. So, no need to worry about me moving to Alaska and becoming Eskimo Knight. I will be staying Phoenix Knight for the foreseeable future. And that will do it for this playthrough of Gaia Project. Still busy coming up on the channel. Tomorrow, as of now, we're going to have the play-in game for this 2024 Summer of Lovecraft as we play Pandemic: Reign of Cthulhu. Wednesday I'm planning on having Pinot with Phoenix for July 2024. Saturday we'll be starting our new cookbook for Mystical Munchies with the appetizer. More on that on Wednesday during Pinot with Phoenix. And next week we're going to have the first leg of the Summer of Lovecraft proper as we play Eldritch Horror. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.